Alright, party people. So we're back today. You know, I guess this would be our first skating video, our first video that involves skateboarding, right? So in this video today, I'm gonna be telling you guys, or trying to give you guys tips on how to progress fast. Now, the reason why I feel like I'm so qualified to talk about this is because my beginner stages were literally like a year ago, or like a year and a half ago. I was just trying to learn how to kickflip a year ago. So like, kind of getting out the beginner stages. Now I'm kind of like at the end of the beginner stage, kind of going into like the intermediate stage of skateboarding, I guess, if you want to like categorize it like that. But yeah, I'm definitely not a pro or anything. I'm still kind of trash, but that's okay because I got to get better with y'all, with the listeners. So y'all gonna see me getting better with y'all. You feel me? And I feel like that's the best thing. That's something that's not very common in the skateboarding community, especially when it comes to YouTube, because everybody's already good once they start. And then, you know what I'm saying? But now we get to have like a similar journey. We could be side by side with each other. So the first tip that I have is repetition. Now, a lot of times this goes overlooked because skateboarding is so fun, and it's so like you don't really notice what you're doing while you're doing it. So like people will go skate for like 2 hours and land, let's just say 30 ollies. If you land 30 ollies, that's 30 reps, but you're not counting it like a basketball player would, or like any other type of sport would. It's not like a finite number that you're trying to achieve every day. But repetition is the mother of all skill. So just over this last summer, I was reading this Bruce Lee book, right? And it was basically like his philosophical book. I forgot what it was called, but I read a lot of it. And one of the things that he said, and I rarely highlight when I read, but I highlighted this. It was like, your muscles adapt to whatever you're doing, right? So what that means is whatever you do in life, your muscles are gonna adapt to doing that. Like if you think about the natural movement of an ollie, right? It's probably one of the easiest movements anybody can do. Any healthy individual can do it, whether they're 12, 40, 50, 60, any number, right? They can probably do it, because all you do is this with your legs: stomp and slide this foot up. That's not hard. Everybody could do it. Your baby sister could do it. But what makes it different between all of us is how many times we've done it and how accustomed our muscles are to doing it, right? So if y'all didn't know, I do kickboxing, right? And one of the things that I remember when I first started was understanding the fast twitch muscle fiber, right? The fast twitch muscle fiber is what makes your muscle go fast and then come back fast. And skateboarding, literally that's what you're doing, is you're trying to make your foot go to the edge of the board, come back with perfect timing. All that comes with not only repetition and muscle memory, but it also comes with muscle development in those certain areas. So your hip flexors or your hip abductors have to be accustomed to skateboarding movements. So that's why repetition is so important. Now, I also played basketball, right? And in basketball, you don't just make a layup. And I see this in kids a lot, and I see this in myself, of course, because we always want to progress so fast. But in basketball, when you make a layup, you don't just make a layup and then go shoot a three-pointer. No, you make a layup, make a layup, make a layup. You make hundreds of layups, and then you move on to the next spot when you're really trying to focus on developing, you know, your form or whatever. So it's the same thing with skateboarding. A lot of kids that I see, they'll learn a kickflip. Not even kids, because I don't even see kids. Me, I remember I tried to learn kickflips, landed a couple kickflips, and then tried to go to tray flips. And it's just like, you wanna repeat the same thing over and over again until you have it down. And that's what the difference is between, because let's just be honest here, a lot of people can kickflip. I can kickflip. The person watching can probably kickflip. But my kickflip is nowhere close to a pro's kickflip. And that's because they've been doing it longer. They're better at it. Their muscles are more accustomed to doing it. pretty much everything is better about their kickflips because they've been doing it longer, and I haven't. But we can both do the same thing, but that's what makes the difference is how many times they've done it compared to how many times I've done it. Tip, right? My final tip, and obviously there's more tips out there, but I'm not gonna, you know, speak about something that thousands of other people on YouTube have already spoke about when it comes to skateboarding. But my final tip is visualization. I'm gonna say it again, visualization, right? And this kind of goes hand in hand with confidence because they kind of, you know, coincide with each other. But visualization is very, very, very important. And I know it's something that a lot of people in any sport or anything in life forget about. And I know this may seem like I'm trying to be some type of spiritual crystal ball guru, but this is like been backed by world-class athletes, world-class trainers, world-class researchers. So this is like something that's, you know, highly agreed upon once you learn about it. Basically, visualization is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm sure some people don't really know what it means. It means basically seeing yourself do something that you want to do, right? And this could spread from anything from making a basketball, skateboarding, making a whole bunch of money. It can spread through a lot of things, but specifically in skateboarding, the reason why it's important is because if you can't visualize yourself doing the trick, or if you can't see yourself landing something, there's a good chance you don't have the confidence to do it. And when you don't have the confidence to do something, especially in skateboarding where the consequences can be very, very, very detrimental, confidence is very, very important. In order to get confidence, you have to see yourself do it. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a man named Faraz Sahabi, right? He's like a guy that is like a philosopher, one of the greatest minds in MMA. And he talks about, there's a guy who wrote a long book, and he used to visualize himself doing whatever for like 6 hours a day. And he ended up winning whatever competition he was in or whatever he was trying to do because he sat there and visualized. Some people even go to the lengths of saying visualization is just as important as the actual task that you're doing. So in skateboarding, yeah, like I said in the previous tip, repetition is very important. But if you really want to get that edge and really, you know, improve as fast as you can, after you get done skateboarding, visualize yourself doing that. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why skate videos are so motivational and they give you such a good, confident feeling when you go out and skate again, is because you're visualizing something. Whether it's you or not, you're still seeing the tricks be done. Now imagine if you put yourself on the skateboard in those videos that you're watching in your own mind and you visualize yourself doing it. Your confidence is only going to go up, and you're going to be able to land more tricks, do more things, get more girls, and you feel me, have a greater time doing it. But those are just 2 tips. Now obviously I can make a whole list of tips on how to get better at skateboarding, but you know, it's not really necessary because there's a ton of videos out there and I don't want to beat a dead horse. I came on here to give you guys tips that you probably haven't heard of in skateboarding. Feel me? That's pretty much the end of this video. You feel me? Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. If you guys want to see anything, let us know in the comments. We do take requests for anything. So, yeah, thank you.